Hey guys, off the Mike Sports Network here. Off the top rope here. An interesting topic for y'all. So when we think about the women's division, specifically in the last 10 years, we would not be where we are in women's wrestling without Sasha Banks versus Bayley. NXT TakeOver 2015, I believe it was. That's when Bayley won her first women's championship over her best friend, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Varnado, now Mercedes Mone. So now the consensus has always been Bayley's kind of been like, kind of a little bit of an afterthought in terms of like, Charlotte, Becky, and even to some degree Sasha. But what I've noticed specifically in the last couple of years, since Sasha reemerged into AEW and New Japan and went away from WWE, is that you are seeing what a good infrastructure can do and what happens when you have good creative behind you. Because Bayley had damage control, and damage control wore out of its welcome after a while. But then she had the unbelievable arc of her winning the Royal Rumble and then facing Io Sky and winning the championship. And yeah, it was kind of a nondescript run, but Bayley is a good champion. But now what you're seeing with Bayley is she is growing and evolving this women's division and helping it grow because she put over Nia Jax twice. She put over Chelsea Green. She has put, and now she's in a position now where she is going to probably put over the future of this division in Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez is going to get called up to the main roster at some point. They're doing stuff in NXT. They're going to have a match at NXT Vengeance Day coming up here in a week's time. Whereas you look across the way at AEW and her best friend, Mercedes Mone. Mercedes showed up in AEW almost a year ago to the day. And here we are, a year later, all of the equity and all of the goodwill that was built up by Mercedes Mone in her time in WWE and her fan base is gone. Bayley has soared since that point of leaving and she dealt with injuries, but she had the damage control thing. And then that led to a bigger story with her winning the Royal Rumble and then winning the championship at WrestleMania, which was awesome. And now what she's doing is she is now bouncing through Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and she's now going to be in a position to be like one of the gatekeepers of this women's division. And you may say, Mercedes has got like a 300-day title reign. Who gives a shit? She's not over. People still love Bayley. They still love Bayley. And Bayley was able to, and also, let's think about this for a second. Bayley was the champion. What does that tell you about where WWE thought in the COVID times Bayley and Sasha Banks were together? Bayley was the champion for a large chunk of that and then dropped the title to Sasha. So maybe WWE was ahead of its time in how they evaluated Mercedes Mone or Mercedes Varnado, Sasha Banks, because I think Sasha is a pioneer and a legend in this business. But you're seeing with better creative how comparable stars, both are members of the Four Horsewomen, two best friends in this industry, how one stock has gone up and the other one has gone down because one stayed in WWE, the other went somewhere else. And there's a reason why Bayley is seen a lot better than what Sasha Banks and what Mercedes Mone has been doing in AEW now. So that's really the evaluation process that you have here in terms of the women's division. And look, at some point, like we're talking about, these are the first ever women's tag team champions, the Boston Hug Connection. But the boss in that has sunk. The hug part of that, it's not even a hugger anymore. She's gone up. And there's probably going to be a match with Roxanne Perez. Yeah, people say, oh, she's going to lose a lot. Guess what? She's maximized her minutes, and she's done a lot of good for this women's division in the last 2 years. Whereas Mercedes Mone went to AEW, and nothing that she has done in AEW has mattered whatsoever. So that's my take on that situation. We'll have a little bit more wrestling content coming for you here soon. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.